Hey everyone, I am back here with a little video. We're on the farmer class and I wanted to make a small guide, I guess, or just a little video on how to start making wine and make a little money with fishing. So you can do a lot of this with mushrooms. You can grow your mushrooms, and you can also do that with a few items that you'll pick up from killing enemies, like, you know, the little parts and the smaller like organs and whatnot. You can use those to make your bait right over here to go fishing. But right now, what we're going to do so that you can get started making wine, first we're going to need a little quest here. So the first thing you're going to need to do when wanting to start making wine is, if you're picking up from the last video, we're gonna need to do To the New Lands quest. Once we do this, it'll have talk about, hey, Tyrus is a big continent and we need you to find the cave Nymelle. So you can skip through that. You can get your, what is it, the cursed scroll of return and a scroll of evacuation. Nice. So I don't know what that's going to do when we use it, but it'll be something. So next, you'll want to do Fiamma's Feeling. And then she'll have you craft a few recipes, Nymelle, and then boom, she'll give you Mason's table, a stonecutter table, and a drafting table. All of these are going to be useful going forward due to us kind of needing these to build better, well, you're going to need a stonecutter to build higher level items here in the zone. So then what we're going to do next is, okay, so one of the things you want to do is start Way of the Crafter, so like the very first quest, and make sure you make a torch. So you're going to need a string for that, and we're going to make the torch. That way we can see at night and not really worry about anything bad happening to us. I guess you can do Fiamma's lecture if you want, but what that is mostly going to do is she's going to talk about picking locks. We don't really have to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to leave the meadow. We're going to walk over here to the road, walk down here a little bit, past the day, and then move over. Oh, we're going to accidentally get knocked into a little zone right here. So we're going to leave and then move over to Nymelle. So this is where we started in Meadow, and then we're going to Nymelle. It's a level 4 dungeon, and go down in here. Like the whole world is a little bit different. I was hoping we could just kind of like try to run through the dungeon. That way we can just find the inn and not worry about any enemies. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Let's try to run from everything. We'll probably die a few times. So I'm going to die here. Okay, so here we go. When you get to the second floor of Nymelle, you're going to want to talk to the Talesinger of Olvina. So once you do that, you'll be able to talk to them. They'll say, be like, oh, I didn't know anyone was here. They'll kind of give you a little background about their lore and everything like that. And then what you'll want to do is, you know, go back to the meadow. So I just used the cursed scroll and boom, it brought us back here home. So then what you'll want to do is you'll talk to them, you'll finish this little quest out, you'll be able to have them show you their ware. And what you'll want to do is buy, oh, so they have a cool stuff. They have you can get a recipe for a well, but what you'll want to get first is the recipe of Brewery barrel. You'll click that and read. So now we have all we kind of need right now to get started. Well, kind of. Then once we earn or learn about the barrel there, we're going to need, come down here and see what we need. So we need fertilizer and we need tightrope. So to get fertilizer, you need a compost box. And to get a compost box, you need tightrope. So in order to get a tightrope, to go to the beach. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back out here to the world map, and we're going to just go walk over to the beach right here. Enter. We're going to be like, oh man, this is crazy. Actually, let me go up one, and let's go right here. Then what you'll want to do is you'll want to harvest or not harvest. We'll cut palulu trees. Palulu trees will give you big leaves. Big leaves will be used, or you guessed it, our fertilizer. You can also harvest bananas from these. We're mostly here for their leaves. You're gonna have to be combat ready. It won't be too hard. All right, we have 6 big leaves. We're gonna go back to my house here, and now that we have all of our leaves, we're gonna go back to the workbench, and we're gonna build us some string. Build 7 string, and before we die, we're gonna take a nap. Good old nap there. We're going to build 6 tightrope. And we're going to now go to our compost box and build. Oh, we need some more planks. So let's we managed to get some palulu wood while we were out there. Did we? Yes, we did. So since this makes it beautiful, let's turn all these into planks. We know that Playtail loves palulu wood. We already have a few items made out of it. So let's go ahead and keep building out of this lovely, lovely material. All right. And let me stop here. We're going to now go to the carpenter table. So we need 8 planks and 2 tightrope. So we're going to go ahead and build our compost box. So then this will allow us to put in items to compost. So I guess I can put in like bark. And let me try something. We got bark. I guess my mushrooms were eaten. Let me put in, I guess I can put in some hearts and some bananas. This is what we're going to do for now. We're going to try that. So now that we got the compost right here made, so to build this, we now need 2 nails and a thing of fertilizer. So what we will do here, go to the tinkerer, see that we need a bone, grab us a bone from this right here, and make us a lovely nail. When we go back to our workbench, we'll see that actually we need 2 nails, but we'll still need fertilizer. So once we have both both nails and our fertilizer, we're going to be able to do some work. So let's spend some time out in the overworld to speed up things, and let us check on here. Okay, so now we have 9 fertilizer. So let's go ahead and pick that up and go to our carpenter table. Oh, not carpenter. I keep going to the carpenter table. We go to our workbench and we see that we only need 1 fertilizer. We can go ahead and build that. Boom. We now have our brewery barrel. So I guess if you really want to, just put that right there if you want. What we'll need to do is take out our fishing rod. So if you don't have a fishing rod already, what you'll need to do is you'll need to go to, go to the workbench. You'll need 2 branches and a string. That will let you build a fishing rod. You will be able to pretty much start fishing once you have bait. In order to do that, you're going to need, you're probably going to need a little bit more inventory space. Excuse me, unlike me who's full on everything right here. Or management. But what you'll want to do is, if you have mushrooms, you'll probably want to go ahead and just pick all these guys up. And sometimes you get a truffle and everything. So pretty much what we want to do here is, if you got say we had any like body parts, like bones or anything like that, or like the hearts or smaller organs, stuff like that, you'll want to turn that into bait, but we don't. So we're going to just use our mushrooms. You could probably use them for cooking, but we're going to use our mushrooms right now for bait. And now we have 9 bait. What we want to do is just start fishing. You'll have to wait a little bit, sit here, chill out. Depending on, your luck, you'll get a few. If not, you'll probably just get a lot of junk. I'll move up my I'll move my fishing stuff up here. That way you don't have to worry. Alrighty, so as you can see, you will fish. You'll get a few things. I'll move this right here. So you can get a few items here, probably depending on what you build your fishing rod out of, and then you also have a chance to get junk. So, but once you are good to go with that, you can just, get rid of your junk if you really want. if you don't want to disassemble it, but you can just pop it in here. And then as for the fish, we will take it over to the sawmill, and you will chop up your fishy fish, and you will make Bonito flakes. Make little handfuls of it, and they'll have their own. They'll still keep the buffs and debuffs from the fish you caught. So depending on what you have, you know, this is what it'll be made out of. And then once you have those flakes there, you'll want to go over here and take them to the brewery, and make sure you have all your. Oh, sorry, I guess there we go. For some reason my my box wasn't opening, but you want to make sure you put all your Bonito flakes in here. You'll close that. I guess we can make that to the public if we. Oh, I accidentally took them all. You don't want to accidentally take them all. That'll mess you up a little bit. But you'll pretty much put all these in here. I wonder if I could put these in here. I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. And then you leave the meadow. Just run around a little bit, and you can come back, and you'll see that we have bottles of Palulu wine. So I put the 2 stale Palulus in there, and it looks like maybe it turned into Palulu wine. I don't know. So then we're gonna go out here again. We're gonna do another little rotation. So this is completely passive while you adventure in the overworld. And we're gonna go back here and check. Boom. Now we have bottles of Bonito Flake wine and Palulu wine. So all I did there was I did a little bit of fishing. I turned my mushrooms into bait, and I was able to, you know, convert that over. One thing you'll want to do is in the future, you'll probably, you'll have fertilizer. You'll be able to fertilize some things. You know, that's probably backwards, but oh, look at that. Boom. Fertilize mushroom. So now we have a mushroom here like that, but you should be able to take a lot of your crops and move them over. And then of course, if you ever run out of materials, you can always come up to Puppy Cave or any of these other caves, and go fight, see what they have here. A lot of times these caves have mushrooms in them. So you can kind of come in here, especially low level, since this is like a early game dungeon. You'll need to do a lot of fighting. Like I'm gonna run into a few enemies, and oh my goodness. I just like using strategy. Easiest thing to do. Boom. Then yeah, you'll kind of want to run around, and you'll see you'll get like the grotesque offals. What else can we get here? Let's see. Let's keep exploring. But yeah, pretty much you'll always want to come to this cave. You'll be able to, oh, there we go. Like mushrooms like that. And just pretty easy. Or you can just go into the overworld and see how things are going there. As you can see, there's a lot of monsters in here that have a chance of dropping items. You can also pick up the ale. Oh, let me go back up here. You can also pick up the ale from the items that drop here, but a lot of times you can find mushrooms and resources in caves like this. You'll just right click, get the seeds, like pretty easy. Unless you don't have any gear, then it might, be a little harder for you. But you could take things like the heart here. You can get that. There'll be potions and stuff that you can pick up and sell. That'll be up to how you want to do things, but mostly if you just run around in here and make sure you are decently geared, you don't have to do too much. Just make sure you have band-aids, so that way You can do a little bit of self-healing and not worry about dying or anything like that. But if you explore and you know, you can have fun with everything and not worry about too many consequences, especially in the first 90 days. It'd be really good to do a lot of this exploring, especially go to Nymelle and pick up um, the Traveler, the Olvina Traveler, just because they are, you don't lose anything when you die in the first 90 days. And they're in a pretty difficult area, but you kind of need them early game to be able to make the money you want. But yeah, you could easily go to like just around various blocks, pick up mushrooms this way, pick up anything, any like the seeds of anything you kind of want to grow. And as long as you have, you know, symbiosis, it'll be pretty easy to walk around, especially with your companion, because you'll be able to gather while they do a lot of the attacking for you and kind of profit, you know. But yeah, I've been out here just farming. So like I have 17 seeds already. And then that's just me kind of running around and just one node, you know. And what we'll be able to do is come back here, of course, you know, make sure we empty out all of our wine. We can take that over here and put in all the wine, and we'll be able to see how much money we make in the morning. But with that, you'll be able to, with that first adventure there, we were able to kind of go out there and see how easy it is to get some plants. You can always add more plots as you see fit and clean up as you see fit. But it is pretty easy to kind of come in here and kind of start your farm. Mostly what you want to do is, oh yeah, so 28 bottles of Bonito Flakes gave me 812 orens. So that was a big boost in money, and I'm still pretty early in the game, you know? Yeah, I died a few times, but it's only day 26. So we're probably a month in the game, and we're pretty good on money and stats. Like you could probably do this a little bit earlier, but it, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. And then again, you'll want to come down here. You see, it took only about a day to get a lot of these mushrooms, and you can either, yeah, let's go back to sleep. Yeah, you can just mine these mushrooms. You could either make them into meals if you need, but at this rate, you know, as long as we are able to grind, we're getting like +1s, we're getting some decent, you know, decent seeds back from gathering them. Yeah, so all you have to do is rinse, wash, and repeat. Make sure you make bait out of all the stuff you gathered, and you just chill and fish. That's all you have to do. Make sure you go to Nymelle. You'll get the tail springer from from the second floor there. Once you do that, you go to the beach, cut down a few palulu trees, get some big leaves, come back. You can get the brewery, this little brewer barrel, and you'll need a compost to make that. Compost is, you'll need both. You'll need tightrope for both the compost and the barrel. And then once you have them, you should be good to go. And anyways, you can still fish and, you know, make all your money and your moves that way with your bait. It's a pretty passive way to do that and have fun. You know, get your Stardew Valley on. But thank you all for tuning in. That's all I'm going to show you there on kind of how to make money with your crops and making wine. So that's just one level to do it. You know, you just grow some mushrooms or turn the hearts in, or like other parts into bait, fish with them. You can then go to the sawmill, grind those up into little flakes, just like so. Boom. Make a little bonito flakes. Pretty easy. It's free carpentry as well. And then you make your wine. 28 gave me 812 orens, and that was a good profit. So I know I already tried to end this, but I'll end this now. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all next time. Peace out.